Hey everybody, it's Gilbert Nichols again, just doing my daily video blog here. I wanted to title this one, The Ultimate Icebreakers. Now when you talk about an icebreaker and networking and when you're doing things with associating with people, whether it's in sales or doing surveys or doing something where it involves dealing with people that you don't know, strangers, then you want to have something that basically breaks the ice. What's the ultimate icebreaker? I mean, can you give me a few examples? Can you think of one example right now of a good icebreaker? I'm giving them you clues right now, am I not? Tom Hopkins, in his famous book, How to Master the Art of Selling, talks about the tie downs, where you ask something to somebody, basically like, this would look good in blue, wouldn't it? Or if you like this, would you want to go ahead and take it today? And so those are basically, they're tie downs, but they're also icebreakers. You're asking a question with the hope not necessarily of them saying yes or no, but basically something that at least opens their mouths. Well, the ultimate icebreaker for me, being 7 feet tall, is my height. I'm amazed how many times every day somebody walks up to me and says, "Hey, how tall are you?" And usually if I want to play with them, if they're like really short, like under 6 feet, and that's a little joke for some of you, but anyway, I'd say I'm 6'12", and so they'd have to think a minute and say, that's pretty close. Well, I got them talking because they first asked the question. They broke the ice. Now, I like to use my funny little story that actually happened to me. Actually, there's several funny stories that's happened to me. I walked into a restaurant. It's no longer in business now, and after you hear the end of the story, you'll probably understand why. But I walk into every door whether I need to or not, and I have to duck because most doorways are 6'8". Being 7 foot, I've hit a few of them, and none of them give too much. So I ended up losing scalp or hair or both. And so in this case, I walked into this restaurant, ducked my head. Some of the door closers have gotten me too. And this little waitress, about 4'9", met me at the door. And I think she's probably about that big around too. But anyway, she said, "Ooh, you must be 6'3" or 6'4". And I looked at her and I said, "Honey, I am 6'12". Now, she had to give that a couple of minute thought, and then she said, "Well, gosh, another 2 inches, that'd be 7 foot." Now, that's a true story. I swear on my Bible, that is a true story. And just to back it up, just a few years ago, I walked into an Applebee's. It has no reflection on Applebee's. It's a great restaurant. But I walked into the Applebee's in Fayetteville, North Carolina, when I was visiting my daughter, and this assistant manager walked up to me, and he looked at me right away. He said, 6'9", 6'10". I said, "No, 6'12". Without batting an eye, he says, "You're 7'1"? And I looked at him and I says, "You're the assistant manager?" So I guess when he gets his math right, they will promote him. But anyway, it's an icebreaker. And when you get the ice broken, you're off and running. You can go wherever you want. It doesn't matter who broke the ice first. A lot of times I'll say something first. I saw a couple walking into the local Chick-fil-A where my wife and I were having lunch the other day. As the couple was walking in, I said, "They're all out of chicken." And the husband just laughed, because he knew it was a joke. But the wife looked at me because I didn't laugh. And she says, "Really?" And I said, "No." And so that just goes to show you can have fun as long as people want to have fun. But you can always go too far with anything. So what I'm saying is, if you want to meet people, got to have some good questions that you want to ask beforehand, but have plenty of them in your gun belt so that you don't ask the same one to 5 different people and they all hear you coming and they said, "Uh-oh, he's going to ask that question." But rather have something that gives you an edge. Now, many times you hear people say, if you see something about that person, maybe something they're wearing or something that they're doing, maybe they have an emblem like Ralph Lauren on their shirt or something then you'll probably say, okay, well, he might be into golf, he might be into various, events that people typically wear those kind of outfits. I may be totally off the wall, but I see somebody wearing a hat with fishing lures on it. It'd be kind of awkward for me to come up to them and ask them something stupid, So, but you want to act in a respectful way because you want it in return. Remember the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Still works today. So if you want to learn about golden rules, if you want to learn about how to influence people in a good way, I recommend the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Excellent book. Excellent book. I read it in high school. I still think it's applicable today, just a few years later. I won't say how long, but I'm sure you probably would guess. And so with that, I would hope you have a wonderful day. You absolutely deserve it.